Come see us do stand-up in Baltimore, Hartford, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Cohoes, New York, Providence, Rhode Island, and San Jose, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for the tickets. So Colin Rugg tweeted this out. I'm sure maybe some of you have seen this already, but there's a Simpsons producer. His name is Rick Polizzi.
Oh, yes.
He was forced to demolish his 24-year-old Simpsons-inspired treehouse after the city of Los Angeles demanded he permit it like a single-family dwelling. Thousands of homes burned down, and this is what LA is worried about? He spent $40,000 trying to protect the structure. He tried to get the right permit, but the city keeps gaslighting him. They say I don't have the right permit for it, but I've been trying to make the treehouse legal forever. The city's just not having it. So they wanted soil reports, structural designs, Americans with Disabilities Act compliance for his frickin' treehouse.
Vote Democrat. Vote Democrat.
Here he is. While they're dismantling his treehouse, he's giving an interview. Watch this.
I'm Rick Polizzi. We are out here today because the treehouse that I built with a carpenter friend 24 years ago is coming down. The city has started a criminal trial on it, and that trial is on Wednesday, and the city is going to make me pay for court costs, and it's just kind of being a bully. And so I'm taking it down. We're paying for it to get taken down, so they dismiss the charges. I do not want to go to court on Wednesday, so that's why this is all coming down. Been a lot of people, and that's been great to hear how many people it affected. And we're here at Halloween. We did a big Halloween display called Boney Island, and everybody's been coming by, grown-up people saying, I was here when I was 12 and 13, and that's nice to hear. And you have fond memories of the treehouse, and I'm thrilled to hear that. I'm glad they got to experience it. When I moved in, I just saw these 3 trees in a triangle, and I thought we could build something cool in it maybe. And we started a platform and kept going up till we ran out of tree, basically. And it was a nice hangout, and we always let people go in it. We were never stingy about it. If we were out here, come see the treehouse. You'll get a kick out of it. So we were always open with it. Same with Halloween. It was free, family friendly. I just wanted everybody to get together. I like community events, and I thought it brought people together. We didn't know a lot of neighbors. People keep to themselves, it seems like, in some of these communities. And so I did it so we could meet neighbors and hang out and have fun. And we made tons of friends. So much goodwill. I would not change a thing. I would do it again in a second.
So that's what the city of Los Angeles is doing. They're also making it illegal for private fire departments to access fire hydrants during a fire. So there was a private fire department. Private firefighters were hired by Rick Caruso, who ran for mayor of Los Angeles and lost to Karen Bass. He builds shopping centers and malls. He had one recently built in the middle of the Pacific Palisades, which they all burned down, except for his shopping center. Why? Because he had a plan when a big fire happens. Unlike the city of Los Angeles, their plan was to let it burn down and to have the fire hydrants run out of water. That was their plan. And to drain a 115 million gallon reservoir directly above the Pacific Palisades. That was the LA city government's plan. Their plan was to do nothing when the winds blow and a fire happens. Rick Caruso came up with an idea, a plan to what to do if that happens. He got a plan together and he saved his shopping center, his mall. Not one building burned. Isn't it amazing that an individual could do that with an entire mall, but a city couldn't do that with a neighborhood? But this is what they're working on. So they immediately sprang into action. They didn't come up with a plan. Hey, I know. Let's buy 1,000. Let's do what Rick Caruso did. Let's buy 1,000 water trucks. Let's buy 1,000 more fire trucks. Let's hire more firemen. Let's have a generating system built in the Pacific Palisades so we can have water pressure when a big fire happens. They didn't do any of that, but they did make it illegal for someone to put out a fire. And now what they're doing to him is making him take down his treehouse. They're hiring lawyers to take the guy to court. That's what your city's doing.
That's a good use of funds. Mayor Chocolate Rain, you've done it again.
Aren't you happy you pay the highest taxes in the nation in California? Aren't you happy?
I moved the hell out. I moved the hell out of there.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about moving to Austin. I've
never seen a city run to this level of insanity. And like, is the fire going to make them wake up? Like, well, because a lot of people lost their homes that I know were like Gavin Newsom.
When I was in Austin, I bumped into comedian friends who had moved there. I didn't even know. I'm like, you live here now? Yeah. How do you like it? Love it. I bumped into our photographer who lives there. The guy who used to take pictures at all our live events. The guy who took the pictures of me in San Diego when I taped my special, which I never aired. He lives there. I bumped into him. What are you doing? He goes, I love it. Yeah. There's very little reason to still live in Los Angeles.
It stinks, dude. I mean, after COVID, that was like the last, how Russell Dobler would say, when they're the last bits of juice of fun squeezed out of all the cities. Like, That's why he went to New Orleans. LA is gone.
Come see us do stand-up in Baltimore, Hartford, Syracuse, Atlantic City, Levittown, New York, Cohoes, New York, Providence, Rhode Island, and San Jose, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for the tickets.